Good evening and welcome to our Grief Support, which is a free online bi-monthly session. And tonight I would like to share with you supportive guidance around letting go. And I want to talk about post-traumatic growth. Yes, it is a concept that might seem unfamiliar and you may not have heard of it or you may be aware of it. It's post-traumatic growth, or PTG for short. And PTG is the acronym for this process that can take place after a series of events or one major traumatic event that has taken place in a person's life. And if you come to think of it, we've all actually been through at least one major trauma in our life, which has recently occurred in 2020 with the onset of COVID and the effects of it on our everyday life. And if you as a person were not affected directly in a major way, your life was still disrupted. And the thought of what could have happened to you when you looked at the news and when you saw what other families were going through, the financial repercussions of losing a person's work, such as losing your vehicle or losing your home, and not even to mention self-esteem and the effect of that on relationships. If you were in a lucky position and were not going through these major things, you saw that or heard about it happening in other people's lives, and you were able for a moment perhaps to just put yourself in their shoes and think of how it would look in your life, how your life would look, how the environment of your daily life would be affected if that was your position. But nevertheless, we as human beings are not only adaptable, we also have the ability to be flexible. But in this day and age, we talk a lot about resilience, especially since 2020. We talk about resilience as if it is one single thing. And I want to connect the term resilience tonight to the concept of letting go. And I also want to connect it to PTG, post-traumatic growth. What you'll notice is that the key to resilience is being willing to grow. Resilience is also a growth tool. And why I say that is because resilience is not just one single thing. And later on in other programs, we will go into that a bit deeper. But it helps us at this point to understand that resilience is actually a box. It's a kit. It's a toolkit. And in our process of recovering from trauma or recovering from grief, we have to dig into our toolkit or find someone who can help us and guide us and support us and help us look into that toolkit to see what are all the options we have, all the tools we have to help us and to help us in growing after trauma. And isn't that an encouraging concept? Because sometimes we think of gifts and talents and other benefits that people have in life, and we see it as this thing or that thing. But when we talk about resilience, it's a whole lot of things, and we can acquire them. And that being said, I want to talk about letting go. Now, that can be the most difficult thing. And sometimes we don't want to go into that process of letting go. We don't want to let go of a memory of a person, and we don't have to, never at all.